Welcome everyone. You know our island is a beautiful place, but did you know that it's full of beautiful people as well? We have cultures here from all over the world, each diverse and unique. Let's go and discover some. Come on. India is a country in South Asia. It is the 7th largest country by area, the 2nd most populous country with over 1.2 billion people, and the most populous democracy in the world. Home to the ancient Indus Valley civilization and a region of historic trade routes and vast empires. The Indian subcontinent was identified with its commercial and cultural wealth for much of its long history. 3 world religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Sikhism, originated here, whereas Zoroastrianism, Christianity, and Islam arrived in the first millennia Common Era and also helped shape the region's diverse culture. Gradually annexed by and brought under the administration of the British East Indian Company during the 18th century, and administered directly by the United Kingdom during the mid-19th century, India became an independent nation in 1947 after a struggle for independence that was marked by non-violent resistance, led by Mahatma Gandhi. India became one of the fastest growing major economies. It is considered a newly industrialized country. India is a federal constitutional republic, governed under a parliamentary system. The country has 4,500 years of history and culture. Today, it is a pluralistic, multilingual, and multi-ethnic society.
Right now, we're inside the Hindu temple in Saanich. Let's go have a look around.
I came here in 1972, like 41 years ago, and got married. And then our community was much smaller at that time. And we had our cultural programs at that time too, and Hindu religion programs. But we used to rent small churches, basements in those days. I was very young, I guess, at that time. And then slowly we grew and grew. We got some money saved up. Different people got together, different families came in. Then we decided that we need our own place to worship. So finally in 1995, we acquired this church. And then we renovated it completely all these ceilings and other side and carpets and lights and fixtures and everything else was redone. We built a new kitchen outside. So it was 1995. We bought it at very small mortgage at that time, and then paid it off within 2, 3, 4 years. We are very happy about that, very much proud of that. And then new people came from Victoria, and new people came from India, and all the doctors, scientists, because there's a big university here, and they all predominantly they are Hindus. They really help out in developing our culture, and we all have the same goal, because we want to promote our culture, our organization, and also our religion for our children. We bring people from India, like some yogis come from Himalayas doing yoga lessons in here. Then we have different professional artists who have a very big name in India. They come at the university, and we support them. It's a society called SICA, Society for Indian Cultural Arts. And also we have our mother language in India is Hindi. Then we have Hindi classes going, and we rent a place in Uptown, and right now there are 39 kids registered to go over there, and we have voluntary people going there. Myself, I do not involve that much because I know Hindi, but I have busy other programs. But we have 4 or 5 different people who actually go and volunteer their time to teach the kids our Hindi programs. Okay. Then we have over the food programs in here. We have many people cooking and cleaning and serving. That we do that. So that's sort of we like to foster our culture programs and religious programs and our educational. Then we have yoga classes in the temple outside. That's also part of religion and part of our culture. And a lot of our members are university teachers, university graduates and students and PhD doctoral professors. Actually, we have a couple of our priests now. They are PhD. They have good jobs, but they also perform duties of as a priest, which is work hand in hand. They are educated people, and community is growing right now, and their needs are also growing. A lot of young people are coming from migrated from India. They're getting, so that's how we're growing, and then we have to look after their needs because it's very. We have to learn the Canadian way also, plus we have to promote our Indian way also. We really feel that's important, and we are doing ourselves, the families and the wives and children. Like I brought my 2 grandchildren with me today. They'll be learning the dances. So I think it's going in the right direction, and we like to promote the peace and happiness and harmony in the whole world.
We're standing in front of the temple of our local Sikh community. Let's go inside and talk with the president.
I think the community started its activity about 100 years ago when our pioneers came to Canada. The activity at this temple started in 1912 when it was built the first time. The building which we'll be seeing at one point, this was built in 1969. So since then we are very active and coming to the temple for our festivities and other engagements.
The members are who believes in Sikh faith, and we have approximately 4,000 members in the community. And this our temple is open for any community. Like they say, we have 4 doors, and they are open for everybody. Everybody can come in.
We have so many activities here at the temple and other places. We have activities to promote our kids to learn their own language, to learn the old Indian dance and other few sports activity. And for that we hire some really nice dance teachers, sports coaches and other religion preachers. We keep contact with our country because we have our relatives there, we have our friends there, our old friends, who we went to school with. So most of the people, I would say 95% of the people would go so many times back and forth to India. And we invite musicians, we invite singers and other dancing groups, actors, all people from all sorts of life.
When I was growing up, my family wasn't broke. I mean, we weren't by no means rich. We knew where broke lived, and it was a couple of houses away. So, I mean, broke was closer than rich would ever be. Like, to us, rich was the family that had, like, the car with air conditioning. That was rich in our street. It was like, ooh, they have air conditioning in their car. That guy's minting it. That was my day. He's minting money. What's it? Minting. That's not your name, is it? But immigrant parents never really... Are you from an immigrant family? You are. Where's your family from?
Greece.
Greece. Oh, okay, so you got it the worst. I mean, out of everybody, because... Were you Greek Orthodox growing up? So Christmas is like a week later, right?
No, we go by the old calendar.
You go by the old calendar. See, I always thought that Christmas was on December 26th in the evening because that's when I would get my gifts. Because my parents would go out for Boxing Day specials. I'm like, Dad, it's the 25th. Not till tomorrow evening. You think Santa can get around the whole world so quickly? Did your parents, because they were immigrants, they never bought you like the real official toys, did they? My parents didn't. They would never buy they never got me a G.I. Joe. They would get me like a National Guard Nathaniel or something, you know what I mean? He wouldn't have any weapons, he'd just have a phone to call G.I. Joe with, you know what I mean? My Jamaican friend Marlon, he would get a soldier, but it was a buffalo soldier. It was a dreadlock Rasta. I didn't get a Cabbage Patch Kid, I got a Curry Patch Kid. You know, you squeeze it, it just had the runs. I don't even know how this... The reason I'm doing a Christmas special is because when I was growing up, all the Christmas specials, they never looked like me. I mean, Rudolph looked like me. I mean, And I was convinced he was Indian because he had a shiny red thing on the center of his face. You know, it was. I was like, I'm telling you, that guy's Indian. And he would always end up leading the rickshaw, you know, just. Wouldn't get to play in any reindeer games unless their computers broke down, then he could help them, you know. But back in the day, remember, like when they said White Christmas, you did the same thing I thought. I was like, well, that's what they mean. They're not talking about the weather when I was a kid. But in all fairness, I wouldn't want another colored Santa. I want a white Santa. I want a big, fat, white Santa Claus. That's what I want. I don't, like, you can't have a brown guy with a long beard sneaking into your house and leaving packages. You don't. You're calling the bomb squad immediately. Nobody wants a Chinese Santa, you know? He leaves Rudolph's nose on for, like, the whole flight. I thought you were turning right already. Nobody trusts a black Santa, let's be honest. Come on. The gift should be staying in the house, not leaving. That's what I'm saying.
The other thing we do is we ask our community to be a part of the mainstream public. We go to the walks, like we have a Guru Nanak Peace Walk, Aga Khan Walk, and we involve our people. Blood donation. Every year we have a campaign for blood donation. And well, plan for the futures is we want to see our seniors get a place to play, to music, to play cards, to talk to each other. Right now, we don't have any official senior center, but we are thinking to build one. And the other thing we want to build, we have in mind from time to time, is build a community center. In Victoria, we don't have our community center, so that project gonna be quite a bit expensive, but we are hoping that we can do that.
Hello, my name is Dave. I'm owner of Americo Restaurant. I have a first location I opened in Departure Bay, Nanaimo. Then we have a second location we opened at Partsville, and third location we opened in a mall, Woodgrove Mall. It's Americo, and a fourth location we opened in Victoria.
Our chef Jackie today is going to prepare paneer tikka. The ingredients we are going to use for this dish is turmeric, whole coriander, cinnamon sticks, cumin seeds, cloves, and cardamom. We grind them together and make it into a powder. To begin the paneer tikka, first of all, we are going to chop the tomato. Then the second thing we're going to cut is the onions. We're going to dice them in small chunks. And third thing we're going to be cutting is the green pepper. We're going to dice them. And we're going to cut the paneer tikka now, which is homemade cottage cheese. It's homemade. We're going to slice it. Now we are going to take the ingredients and put them in a bowl. Add the ingredients that we have grinded together, 1 spoon of that. Put homemade yogurt into it. And now we're going to marinate it together. Now we're going to take the vegetables and we're going to place them on the rod. Now we're adding the paneer, which is the homemade cottage cheese. And we're going to cook this in the tandoori clay oven. Our tandoori oven is now hot. We're going to place the paneer tikka into the clay oven for approximately 15 minutes. We have to wait till it's fully cooked. So the paneer tikka is ready. It's cooked now. We're going to take it out. It took approximately, now we're going to place it on the plate. You have to be very careful. Paneer tikka is now ready. We've decorated with some vegetables and carrots. Now, if you don't have a tandoori clay oven at home, you can also barbecue it. And you can present it with rice, We've made some palau rice here. And if you don't like a dish that's dry, then you can also cook the paneer tikka in a gravy of onion and vegetables.
Gordy Dodd is the president and owner of Dodd's Furniture Limited, a retail furniture store in Victoria. Active in the community, he was a member with the Parks and Recreation Board and the Board of Variance. He was also a volunteer with the Homeless Support Society, to name a few. Mr. Dodd is a recipient of numerous awards and honors, including an award for community leadership from Toastmasters International in 2005, Citizen of the Year for Victoria in 2006, and the BC New Canadian Entrepreneur Award in 2007 from the Ethno Business Council of BC. Let's go and visit him.
प्यार दे भुलेखे हाय किन्ने सोने खा गए दूर दूर जांदे जांदे नेड़े नेड़े आ गए प्यार दे भुलेखे
When I came to Canada, I had a chance for a few years. I worked in a laborer in a sawmills, and that's what everybody do. Then I had a chance to work in Hudson Bay in a furniture department, and I learned how to sell. And I find, it's pretty interesting. So then I started up a small store in Victoria, Quadra Street. I born and raised up in India. And I raised up in a farm family, and you know how tough it is in the farming. You have to work at home, you have to work in a barn, you have to work outside, and plus at the same time I have to do my schooling and university and college. Success is, just number one is my hard working. Number two is the service. People like our service and they come to us. And plus I work with lots of communities. I do for lots of fundraising, and few fundraising I have done is I'm feeling pretty proud of that. I go about 60 feet high on a crane and spend over there 12 hours. And the media is pretty happy from me. All the media, they help. And so far I raised about $100,000. I did for Haiti, I did for tsunami, and I did for Calgary, and I did for Japan. And after place I do lots of dinners and lunches. Even sometime I go over there if I have time, just to work with our place. And now we are doing our 50th Thanksgiving dinner, and which is on this Monday, and we go through close to 1,000 people every year. And we always say, just like nobody will turn down, and almost every homeless, unfortunate people from Victoria, they come to my dinner. My son and my daughter, they are working over here, looking after, and we have a pretty successful business going in Nanaimo. So they are looking after, I'm helping them, I'm kind of semi-retired. I'm spending more time in the community work, and helping wherever I can fit myself, and I like it, just like it's giving me happiness.
शामी आने के तले आजा जरी वाले नीले आसमाने के तले आजा आजा जिंदे शामी आने के तले आजा जरी वाले नीले आसमाने के तले अखियों की नींद मैंने फूकों से उड़ा दी गिन गिन तारे मैंने उंगली जलाई है
Thanks for joining us today for our cultural exploration. I hope you had fun. We'll see you next time.